Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish, and welcome back to this newest episode of Betrayal in Antara. I want to give all of you a big thanks before we get started because this is kind of a big episode. Y'all have been with me on this game for a while. This is my first blind Let's Play on the channel. Not the first one I've completed because, of course, we went through The Dame Was Loaded as well. But it is the first one that I started. It was chosen by you, the viewers, and I've really enjoyed it, but more to the point, this is episode 31 of Betrayal in Antara. Why is that significant, other than that's a lot of episodes in which to play a game? Well, with today, Antara officially becomes my longest running series here on the channel. We had some other contenders. Titan Quest, of course, is in a cool third place with like 27 episodes, I think. And my very first series, Might and Magic 6, The Mandate of Heaven, capped out at 30 episodes. So Betrayal in Antara tied it last weekend, and as of today, it is now in the number one slot. So thank you for sticking with me for 31 episodes, or for one episode, or for 10 episodes, or 5 episodes, or however long you've been here. I really appreciate it, along with all of your follows and comments and your excitement on YouTube and here on Twitch in the chat. It means a great deal to me. So with that being said, it is time to continue our adventures. We are in Keth. We left some lightning bugs nearby that I want to go and get, but also I am interested in finding out exactly how much of this area over here, this northeastern province, we're going to get to explore. So, well, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad, because I certainly have had a phenomenal amount of fun. While sometimes the combat does occasionally get a little bit frustrating, as it does in every game, not least of all because I am a sore loser. But I've had an enormous amount of fun with this game. I wish I had picked it up years ago, but I also am very glad that I get to share it for the first time with all of you. So, let's continue that adventure. There doesn't seem to be anything immediately nearby over on this side of the road. But we know that over here, as I said, are some lightning bugs. And I'm pretty sure that looking from that side of things... Yeah, there's a chest over there, too. We gotta get the lightning bugs, not to get to the chest, but I see a dig cache. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here and explore the chest first. I want to see what's in here since it's unguarded. Ooh, okay, starting out strong, a bead puzzle chest. Okay, well then let's get this out of the way. So, ooh, well, if that's the case, you will have to help me keep an eye out, because unless they make it very obvious, I have no idea where I should be looking, but I'm excited. I'm definitely excited because it's been a while since we had a weapon upgrade. So I'm excited about the armor that we have access to now, but a new weapon, especially like a magic weapon or something, that always has me dancing in my seat. Okay, let's see here. This is going to be an interesting one. I think this might be the first time. Are those black pearls or black beads? That might be the first time that I've seen those. Okay, so we have 2 greens, 2 oranges. We need 1 red. Okay. Well, first things first. It looks like... Have we? No, you know what? You're right, because I think I remember at least one chest where, like, it was faded from exposure or something, and the black ones were one of the only ones that we could clearly tell what they were at first, because all of the colors were really sort of dim and faded, and the black ones stood out, so I do remember that. Yeah, yeah. And it looks like we're going to have to start here because I don't see anything else that we can trade for with what we have. So that's going to give us 2 yellows, a black, and a purple. All right. So then, based on this, and you're right, in order to get a red, we have to cut it down to a yellow, white, black, orange. So I think if I trade in a green and a yellow, I'm going to get a blue and a white. And then what that means, let me think about this. Because I don't want to screw up my record here. I've messed up on a couple of these, I think, but I've been doing pretty well on these overall. If I drop the green, the orange, and the black, then what that means is I can get another white and another purple. And then I think then if I do black and white, I can drop a purple and a... Yeah, okay. Okay, I think I've got this. So I think I've got this. Okay, green, orange, and black will get us here. And then... Well, I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing, basically, so you're not far off. Because it's a lot of color association. It puts me in the mind of if you've ever solved a Rubik's Cube, and you have to think of the different possible permutations of, like, based on what colors are on the corners. You know, if you turn it this way or that way, you have, you know, possibilities A, B, or C for it to... So it's kind of the same thing. Okay. I think if I do that... So... if I drop a purple and a green, I'm going to get 2 blacks and a yellow. And then... No, I think I see it. I think I did mess up, but I think I see it. Okay. Okay, I think I was right at the beginning. Let me do an orange. And then I'm going to do a green and a yellow. That'll get us a blue and a white. And then if I drop a green, an orange, and black. So that gives us white, white, purple, blue, yellow, purple. If I drop a blue and a white. There we go. I think that's where I messed up. So then if I drop a purple and a green... Okay. Yep, okay, I think I've got it. Because a black and this is going to get us an orange. And there we go. See? Orange, black, white, yellow. Will get us a red. There we go. Haha! Ooh, and our prize is an emerald shield stone. Okay. Sure. I'll take that. I'll also save that. Now, are we going to... No, okay. Can't really surprise the lightning bugs so far. They just kind of are what they are. Alright, I'm going to, of course, start out with an aura of insulation. I'm so glad that they are terrible shots. And I could use grounding wire, but I want to up his magic as much as possible. And, I mean, we're probably going to rest after this battle anyway, so it's like, whatevs. Let's just beat them to death. Oh, I thought they were going down. Their injury animation, when they sort of flutter around and the swarm disperses, looks very similar to when you actually kill them and they kind of flutter towards the ground. With all these special effects in the way, it's actually kind of hard to tell what the lightning bugs themselves are doing. Get in, my son. That aura of insulation doing its job. Definitely. I feel like it would be a little silly, but I kind of want to use the kinetic staff on these lightning bugs. That would be very dumb, but... There goes the other one. I'm gonna leave it. There we go. In favor of hopefully killing one. Good, and they shot at him. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. It's going better than combat in Disciples. I got what I wanted. The first try. One more hit, maybe? Two? There it is. Cool. The only damage dealt was to ourselves from spellcasting. Okay. We've got a little bit of room. Hey! Floor cash. And rations. Good. Alright, as is tradition, let's mark that. Make sure that we know that it's empty. Yeah, it's dirt cash. Whole money. Maybe not whole money. And I see some bad guys over that way, too. They do not have an inn here, which sucks. I'm going to defiantly camp, like, exactly within sight of those dudes. And again. Heal my boys. Did we come across an armorer's hammer? We did not. But that's okay. Our armor's doing alright for right now. I do eventually want to go back and get some. Let's see. Let's put the shadow ring on him and see if it helps. We may not get a chance to surprise them. Come on now. There we go. Yes, good. We got the surprise round. Excellent. Now, I don't want to take these bandits too lightly, because the last couple of times we've gotten into a fight, they have surprised us with how unpleasantly strong they were. But they are also just bandits, not even mercenaries. So I am hoping that it won't be too big of a deal if we send him in with adrenaline on. And we learned Cold Cut. Okay, so during that camping session, we picked up our newest spell. Target enemy in line of sight. Shoot shards of ice at the target for 7 points of damage, starting at 4 stamina. I am excited. Excited. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, it doubles every time. Every 4 stamina, the damage goes up by 7 points. For a total of, you can spend 28 for a big ol' hit of 49 damage. I'm assuming that this probably requires an attack roll, so let's start small. Okay, don't hit William. Cool. We've got a nasty archer boy. That is cool. So glad to finally have an ice spell. I was wondering where the ice magic was. Our ice magic's not great. Yes. Really? Okay. Fine. You know, now that you've said that, come on. Let's try another one of those. It won't do a whole lot, but he can get in some practice. Oops. Okay. See, and that's why. Leave Aaron alone. That's rude. See, that's what happens to rude, horrible bandits. Don't y'all act like you're getting away. At least one of you is going down. Let's see. That halves range. Honestly, since... Oh, and there they went. Well, okay, whatever. Since Sight Unseen halves your range, I don't know why Tortoise Bind is a thing, other than it's slightly cheaper, I guess. Ooh. We got a pie and got an armorer's hammer. There we go. That's better than 90% anyway. That's definitely better than 90%. His doing all right. We have 8 rope, so do we have enough? We might have enough room, maybe, to sell that stuff. Can we get... we can't get both. Let's go back here, though, and we'll just offload this. Nice. I will leave the rope, which means I will have to put a sack marker down. I will explain nothing to myself, and that way when I come back to clean up all these bodies later before the end of the chapter, I'll wonder what's in there and be disappointed when it's only rope. Just as planned. Oh. Okay, he only does armor. The other one does swords, too. Well, fine, then. He's just thrust the sword back into the corpse and just... Oh yeah, we should check their skills. His melee went up, it's almost maxed. His spellcasting's at 80. Very nice. His range is almost maxed. Nice. Light is about to max out. He's doing so well, y'all. He's doing so well. Cold is already up there. Hey, yes! Oh. Oh. What's this I see? So, poison, I guess, has finally gotten high enough that along with cause and touch, we now have a new spell. Huh. What could it be indeed? The Venom Spell. Okay, so poison might finally be useful, maybe. I won't count on it, though. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'm actually going to let y'all pick here. We are definitely going to have to, like, we're going to make the whole round, right? So, should we go south, and do you want to check out Choth first? Or do you want to go east and hit Ganeth? Choth? What do the rest of y'all think? Shall we go south? It is definitely a slightly shorter distance between them. That is true. That is true, because if we go south, it's like we can loop back around and do this, but also if we need to turn around and come back to Keth, it's a shorter distance. Alright, south it is then. Let's go this way. I'm interested to see where this chapter takes us, because there's still a lot of stuff like back in Torlith that we haven't done. There were those dudes hanging out that wouldn't talk to us at the edge of the swamp. There's that house we can't get into. Oh, was that his new spell already? Surely not. No, okay. It's like, there's no way. That was a short trip.
Listen.
Oh.
I thought I heard pebbles falling, like someone missed his footing.
Hey. Good. I'm so glad that his scouting went up from that, even though it was only 1 point, because I did forget to take the shadow ring off and put the ring of the ranger back on. So that was actually all William. That was all William. Okay. There are 4 of you this time. Let's go ahead and do a lightning storm. There we go. Yeah, he only got 1 point from, like, noticing this specific ambush, but he's been hanging in there. Like, his scouting has been going up quite a bit. It's just even more impressive because he didn't have the ring on, you know? Okay. Should we do an adrenaline or an armor light? I'm actually going to wait and rest. I'm going to let William get dug in here first. Okay. Now I'm going to do something spicy. Let's play zesty here. Okay, good, good. Now William's turn. Turn this fella back around. Now, this is the first time that we've been in a real position to do this, where we have, like, deliberately done this. We are standing next to 2 different people. Boom. 80 damage. I think that's pretty good. Let's distribute that randomly. among everybody adjacent to the caster. Watch this guy get the bulk of it. Nope. Okay, he did get the small half. Good. Oof. That's alright. I'm just gonna rest and see if I can get away with it. If William takes this guy out, we'll be fine. Ooh, the shield block. No. No, run away. That was costly, but that was a good hit. If you do get surrounded, that swarm spell is basically the most powerful attack in the game. The problem with it is, of course, like all spells, no one can be facing toward you. So it takes a little bit, unless you use Imperious Passage on yourself first, to set it up. Which means you have to plan to use it. Because a lot of times, unless Imperious Passage is the first thing that you do, you don't really have an opportunity to set that up for yourself. Okay. Can we see him from here? Yes, good. And another one. More lightning. Excellent, good. Got them all. Okay. Ooh, now see, this is what I like to see. Y'all. That is what I like. I mean, yeah, that is totally fair. If that much lightning was coming down on the battlefield around me, I'd cheese it too. Okay, definitely gonna have to come back and pick that up. Okay, this must be Choth. Ooh, this is interesting. What's all this? This is an interesting looking place. Huh. Well, we will see in a moment. Hey, his repair went up. He's getting there. He's almost maxed out. His defense increased too, and so did his. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Go ahead and, at the very least, I'm going to rest, like, until morning. I don't want to rest for, like, 2 days when I can literally see the town. I'm going to go over here and hope that they have an inn. Oop, there's a chest. We'll come back for that in a moment. This big building over here maybe is an inn. That's a shop. Ah, damn it, they have a tavern. Why does nobody over here have an inn? I guess it's because this is like the crappy province where they're still rebuilding after the incident. No one... Oh, well, toast to you too. I was hoping to see any freebies. No? Oh, hey. Okay, the tavern keeper came up to the party. Greetings and welcome to Choth. You are strangers, so I will tell you that our village has the most honest, trustworthy inhabitants to be found in all the Empire. William set a cautious hand on his belongings, wondering at the tavern keeper's choice of words. Oh man, good call. When someone introduces themselves as, hey, everyone here is like super trustworthy. Like, you can really trust us? That's pretty sus. Today is a special day for us in Choth. If you visit any house in the village, you'll be welcomed and invited to join the celebration. Yeah, is this a cult? Aaron asked, what are you celebrating? Tavern keeper's smile was enigmatic. Let's just say it's an old Choth tradition, dating back to before the Grulf Wars. I invite you to explore the town, introduce yourselves to the locals, and once you feel like you know the place as your own hometown, come on back for an ale. I'll be expecting you. That is very sus. Huh. Huh. Okay. That looks like a hinge of some sort, presumably a stone one. I see some more baddies out there. Those could just be people, but I'm assuming they're mercenaries. Huh. I am very uncomfortable. Okay, let's ride this out. The tall, muscular man, wore leather scale and bore a sword and shield. He greeted the party, jovially inviting them inside. Serving up some meat pies for their refreshment, he related his adventures fighting the Mayrot on the border. We'd surrounded a Mayrot stronghold, but no matter what we tried, we could not breach their defenses. I've heard Mayrot forts are impregnable, mumbled William, his mouth full of pie. Not to mention that women, the soldier guffawed. We were running out of supplies. Unless someone did something soon, we'd have to retreat. After studying their walls, I came up with a plan. I went to our commander. He said it was a desperate measure calling for unmatched bravery, but he gave his permission. The soldier rubbed the back of his neck. I brought a few trusted buddies into the scheme. We prepared ourselves. Then, in the dead of night, we made our way to a rear gate. Calling to the guard on the wall, we petitioned for entry. He came down and let us in. Aaron wrinkled his brow. Why did he do that? Well, our dresses, wigs, and perfume might have had something to do with it. Oh, Lord. See, I knew the stronghold's camp followers had gone off to the market town just before we besieged the fort. They never had a chance to get back inside, so while the Mayrot had plenty of arms, food, and water, as far as the other necessities go, they were left pretty much to their own devices. So, you pretended to be easy girls, William asked, torn between admiration and disgust. It was our only way through their defenses. Once inside, we strangled the guard. Creeping through the castle on our stocking feet, we dispatched at least a dozen more before reaching the front gate. And then you dropped the gate, let in your army, and finished them off? Aaron asked. Well, yes, but not right away. The stronghold's commander, in company with at least 20 men, came upon us as we approached the gate. Oh, boy. It does. There was no place for us to hide, nothing to do but try and bluff it out. Fortunately, the light was dim. The captain mistook us for the camp followers, assuming that we managed to sneak back inside. For the rest of the evening, we played the part of giggling wenches, being wined, dined, and teased for our favors. Oh, the thick plottins. Aaron and William shuddered simultaneously. I know, but a soldier has to be courageous in the line of duty. After supper, each officer took one of us to his quarters. I'll never forget the look of surprise on the captain's face when he reached into my blouse. That pair of melons was the last thing he ever saw. Oh, Lord. No comment. Each man quickly disposed of his date and regrouped in the corridor. We did a head count and realized that one man, Julian by name, was still missing. We were just about to storm the room he'd gone into with a young lieutenant when Julian came out the door, carrying the lieutenant's head and wearing a huge grin. And needless to say, we didn't ask any questions. Aaron looked pale. Then did you let your army in the front gate? Yes, said the soldier, wrapping up his tale. Our men overwhelmed the Mayrot in no time. My buddies and I were the heroes of the day, although it was months before we heard the last of the rude remarks. Okay. Well, if they're all gonna be like that, I guess it's story time in Choth. Okay, A bell tinkled over the door as the party entered. The little bald man greeted them, a vial of sen water and a package of herbal powders clutched in his hands. I'm Canaster. Perhaps you've heard of me. Aaron said that regretfully he had not. Canaster bowed his head humbly. That is not such a surprise. Even the greatest of us do our task without notice, creeping from sickbed to sickbed, quietly working miracles for the grace of the Triune. Are you a healer? Yes, such is my gift. I have called upon it much since the feeble pox came among us, but fortunately my powers increase rather than diminish with use. I thought the Sisters of Synedron were the only ones who could cure the pox, said William. Canaster laughed lightly. You have been misinformed. In fact, when the pox hit the temple in Istin, they sent for this humble servant in their hour of need. When I arrived, many of the sisters were stricken, including their leader. I went to her bedside, the only man ever permitted within the inner chambers of that holy sanctuary. Aaron was intrigued. What was it like? Canaster's eyes lit up. Her chamber was on the roof of the temple, open to the sun and wind. Huge billowing sheets hung from the walls and ceiling. White doves soared in the dome. The light dimmed in Canaster's eyes. His voice choked with tears. The sister was in a grave state, suffering in the final stage before death. I held some sand water to her lips, but she had not the strength to swallow even a sip. I took her hand in mine. It was as white and cold as marble. I felt despondent, unable to do anything to help. In desperation, I lifted my eyes to the dome's vaulted roof. Canaster raised his eyes to his low plaster ceiling, obviously envisioning the temple in his mind's eye. In my desperation, I said a prayer to Synedron. I do not know if it was because of where I was, or due to the combination of the sister's power with my own. I only know what I saw next. Which was, Aaron breathed, hanging on Canaster's every word. A swirling mist of rose and silver, coalescing to form the image of a face. It spoke. I am Dynamix, priestess of Synedron. Once I walked the earth seeking to aid mankind, as do my sisters after me. You are a great and good man. I will help you rid my sister of the cursed plague that now racks her body. The vision continued. You must make a sacrifice, however, as no gift is without its price. I told the priestess I was willing to give even my life if it would restore health to the sister. Then so be it, said the spirit of Dynamix. At that I fell into a swoon. I do not know how many days I walked outside the world, only that the snows had come before I woke. When I opened my eyes, the sister stood before me, as strong and healthy as before the illness. She said that while she lay in death's grasp, a warmth washed over her and through her, and a voice reminded her of a duty to the gods left unfinished. She sank into a peaceful sleep. A recovery followed soon after. When told of the sacrifice I'd made, she kept me at the temple and had the sisters watch over me day and night. For many weeks they thought I would die, but as you can tell, I did not. Why aren't you still in Istin? Asked William. A temple of Synedron is no place for a man. Besides, the simple life in Choth appeals to me. As soon as I could travel, I came home, my horse laden with gifts of healing abilities such as you see in my hands. And do you correspond with the sister whose life you saved? Yes, though, as you can imagine, she is a very busy woman with little time for such as me. She sends a nut cake every year on Emperor's Day. Oh, well, that's a neat story. That is the first male healer we've met, because there is the gift of Sen spell that mages can apparently learn, although for us it hasn't really done much. But there's the door to the... Okay. I want to see what's in the shop. Has the shopkeeper got a cool story for us, too? Any freebies? Anything cool? No? You sure? Alright. Ooh. Ooh, what's this? Is this what you were talking about? The best sword in the game? An Onyx Blade. Oh, this is another Montari weapon. They really are just the dwarves of this setting, aren't they? Where most polished blades reflected sunlight, this jet black sword seemed to absorb it. The process used by the Montari to forge such a blade remained a mystery, but the result was a lightweight, superbly balanced weapon with few equals. Oh, it's not. Huh. Well, I can't wait to see then, because this is what we're using. 10, 25, 20s, all the way down in hardness 26. This, of course, is hardness 50, because the Montari stuff is always better. And then 15, 20, 25, 20, 25, 20. So this is a better sword, for sure. Man. Yeah. Made directly from a giant rock snake. Huh. Yes, thank you. Thank you, bot. It's much appreciated. Okay, well, let's see. Who's going to be in here, then? The red-haired boy unrolled a parchment on the cottage floor. Oh, you're just in time, he piped. Look what I got. What is it? Asked Aaron, kneeling down to examine the parchment. It's a treasure map. I stole it from the pirates. William's hand jumped to his sword. What pirates? Close the door and I'll tell you all about it, said the boy, pulling the curtains across the windows. I went to Bacreel to stay with my grandmother for a moon. One afternoon she sent me on some errands. I started playing with some town kids, so it got pretty dark before I got done. I knew Grandma would be worried, so I took a shortcut through an alley behind a tavern, and next thing I know, somebody grabbed me and threw me in a sack that smelled like fish and old socks. Gross. You were kidnapped by pirates? Asked Aaron in astonishment. Yup, the boy answered proudly. That does sound like a kid, right? Like, I was totally kidnapped by pirates. That's my claim to fame. They threw me in the hold of their ship until we put out to sea. Then the captain sent for me. He was a murderer with a big black mustache and a talking monkey. He told me I was his new cabin boy, that I'd better act sharp and keep out of trouble, or he'd hang me from the tallest jib arm or something. That's how pirates talk, you know. Yes, admitted William. That's exactly how the pirates I've met talk. The boy's eyes widened. You mean you've actually... Oh, wait, I'm telling about my adventure now. Anyhow, we sailed and sailed and sailed, and every other day or so we'd come on a ship. The pirates would attack, killing every man, woman, and child on board, and then they'd take all the loot, set the ship on fire, and drink rum until the sun came up the next morning. The boy pointed to a spot on the map, far out in the sea. I think it was just about here when I decided I'd had enough. I couldn't stand waiting on the captain, fetching his food and drink at all hours, swabbing decks and polishing brass till my knuckles bled. I knew I had to escape. But you must have been outnumbered 50-1. How did you manage to get away? Aaron asked. I waited until they attacked a ship. All the pirates boarded her, not trusting each other with the booty. Then I cut the grappling hooks binding the pirate ship to the cargo vessel. It was a job hoisting the sails by myself, but fortunately the pirates were too busy killing and pillaging to notice. Does he expect us to believe that he sailed this pirate ship by himself? So you just sailed away and left them there? Yup, and since they'd already started burning the ship, I suspect they all wound up at the bottom of the sea before I was over the horizon. I made it back to the coast of Antara, but the ship broke up on the rocks. Holding onto this treasure map, I swam to shore. There's a pirate ship full of gold and jewels somewhere off the coast of Espresa right now. Someday I'll dive for it, but right now I'm organizing an expedition to go hunt for this treasure. The boy pointed to a large X on the map. Organizing an expedition. Aaron sighed. If I didn't have other important things to do, I'd go with you. Sounds exciting. Oh, I'm sure it will be. I'll probably have to cross the waste and fight all kinds of horrible monsters. Well, now that I've been captured by pirates, I figure I've got the necessary experience to handle just about any kind of adventure. This is... Okay. Well, I'm assuming it wasn't paper. I'm assuming that it was... I think it said parchment, didn't it, when we first... So I believe that part of it. Because parchment, of course, is actually made out of, like, animal hide and isn't true paper. But yeah, like, bully for you, I guess. What is this, like, 12-year-old doing organizing an expedition? A thin, dark woman invited the party in for some wine. Ooh. While they drank, she manipulated a silver coin on the back of her hand, rolling it from knuckle to knuckle. William watched with admiration. You must be quite dexterous. The woman smiled a thin-lipped smile. It is worth my life if I'm not. A thief must be deft of hand, light of foot, and quick of mind to survive in this dangerously overcautious world. A thief can trust no one, not even his closest friend. Let me tell you a story that'll show you what I mean. Yeah, this is some kind of like storytelling festival, isn't it? Because he was talking about a like a tradition. It was about 2 years ago. There was a man named Jacob. Not only was he my lover, he was my friend, my partner, and my strong right arm. We traveled to Tikor on the trail of an artifact, a priceless gold coin dating from before the Gulf Wars. We'd bought the information that a certain Jaeger had acquired this coin. William was surprised. Not many would dare steal from a Jaeger. Yeah, like if you just come out and be like, hey, so BT dubs, I am a thief, though. Like, The woman shrugged. They bleed red when you stick them, and have no more magic than what they can buy from a mage. All they have is lips chapped raw from kissing the Emperor's bottom. The woman poured more wine. We spent several days mapping out the Jaeger's estate and timing the sentry's routine. The following night, we struck, wearing this shadow ring. The woman held up her hand to reveal a shiny band. I climbed up the wall, Jacob close behind. Jacob took care of the guard, while I ran up the stairs to the treasure room. Well, at least we know shadow rings are real. Slipping through the ventilation shaft was a bit of a trick. But I'm small and limber. As per our plan, I ran to the door and let Jacob in, then I went out to stand watch. We'd been informed the coin was kept in a vault with a heavy wooden door. When I heard the door splinter, I knew it had proved no match for Jacob's strength. Minutes later, he came out and we fled. Back in our room at the inn, I was anxious to see our treasure. Jacob's eyes would not meet mine. He said, there was nothing there. The vault was empty. I think maybe that information seller cheated us, or maybe the Jaeger moved the coin somewhere else. The thief drained her glass. It was that very evening Jacob and I parted company. William asked, do you know what became of him? Yes, that I do. You see, when Jacob told me the coin wasn't there, I didn't believe him. We'd recently had an argument over his attentions to a dancing girl. One thing led to another, and he'd threatened to leave me. I thought he was lying, hoping to collect the coin's worth and leave me holding the cat. I accused him. He denied everything, even shaking out his clothes to prove he hadn't hidden the coin. That's when I realized there are other places to hide such a small object. I bashed Jacob on the head and cut him open from head to toe, searching his entrails for the coin I knew he had swallowed. One more glass of wine disappeared down the thief's throat. The sad thing is, Jacob was telling the truth. There was nothing hidden in his carcass. To To this day, I still miss him. He was the best partner in the world, and an honest one. Dang. Dang, that's rough, buddy. Man, that took kind of a dark turn. Whew, another one. Man, everybody's got something to say here. Yeah, they did warn us, I guess. Stepping into the cottage, the party saw 2 flasks on the table. A young, fair man entered the room, drying his hands on a towel. "Oh, hello," he said in a gentle voice. "We didn't mean to barge in, only the door was open, and everyone in this town seems so friendly," William apologized. "Don't think twice about it. I see you've noticed my silver flasks. They are my prized possessions, doses of Halder's brew and Malkir's serum presented to me by the Princess Aurora herself. She said, 'Walter, after the bravery you've shown, I know you have no need of these potions, but take them anyway as a token of my thanks.'" "What did you do to deserve such gratitude from Her Royal Highness?" asked William. Yeah, protagonists are allowed, right? Like, we can just go indoors like this. "So, I merely saved her life, that's all," Walter admitted. "She was traveling in a coach when a band of black Montari jumped the coachman and Imperial guards, killing them all. I happened to be on the same road heading in the opposite direction and came upon the scene just in time to witness the Montari leader drag the princess from the coach. This mistreatment of royalty made me so furious, I didn't even take the time to realize that there were 8 or 9 of them and only 1 of me." William looked skeptical. "So do I. How did you fight off 9 Montari raiders?" "I didn't. I only killed 3 of them before being rendered unconscious by a blow on the head." Okay, that's more realistic. "When I awoke, the princess and I were at the Montari camp, bound back to back in the shadows. By that time in the evening, the Montari were too far in their cups to take much notice of us. Using a sharp rock, I severed the ropes that bound us. I told the princess to run into the woods, that I'd find her once I'd dispatched the villains. She begged me not to risk my life on her account, but I was firm. 'Your Highness,' I said, 'far be it from me to ignore the pleas of royalty, but a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do.' Oh, Lord." Further discussion was impossible, as our conversation had alerted the Montari that their captives were free. The princess took to her heels, while I proved to those ruffians they'd picked the wrong man with whom to trifle." Disbelieving, William asked, "You killed 6 of them?" Walter reconsidered. "Well, perhaps it was only 4. I think 2 of them had already passed out." "So, you single-handedly defeated 4 Black Montari in combat?" "Yeah, with their super awesome armor and weapons." I think 1 of them tripped and fell over a cliff. So, 3. Yeah, it was 3. William shrugged. "Alright. You'd already killed 3 Montari earlier that afternoon. I don't see why you shouldn't kill another 3 before supper." "Then what happened?" "I went into the woods and found the princess just as she was about to be attacked by a wolf. Making quick work of that creature, I then escorted the princess through the woods, delivering her safely to the palace upon first light of day." "I see. And I'm sure the Emperor was quick to welcome the man who'd spent the entire night in the woods with his daughter." Walter blushed. "Well, yes, after he'd heard the full story and seen for himself the great wounds I'd suffered." "Yes, I'm sure. Well, thank you for the charming story. I'm sure it'll make a delightful bedtime yarn for your grandchildren someday." William nodded toward the door. "Come on, Aaron. It's time we went back to the real world now." Called out. Dang, that he didn't cut that guy any slack. To be fair, that's probably like I wouldn't necessarily say the least believable story, because that kid on the pirate ship was a little over the top, but at least he had enthusiasm to back it. This guy just, like, wrote a self-insert fan fiction, you know. I mean, that's fair. We did kind of just push his door open and go in. Ooh. If the black robe sprinkled with stars was any indication, then the man standing before them was a mage. His first words confirmed their suspicions. I am Gordy Storini, a wizard of great power and influence. I control the forces of time and can travel backwards and forwards at will. See this? Gordy Storini held up a thick chain forged of iron links. William studied the item. It's a Carluta's chain, isn't it? Not just a Carluta's chain. This is the Carluta's chain, forged by Carluta himself. William protested, but no one really knows if Carluta existed. He's a legend, a myth. The mage replied craftily, I've met him. I traveled back to before the waste. Going such a distance, chronologically speaking, was a great strain on my power. I collapsed. A woman found me and realized that only another mage would be able to restore me, as she brought me to Carluta's house. Aaron gaped, open-mouthed. You actually met Carluta? What was he like? Awesome. I know that, like, they're using the traditional version of the word, but that's really funny for this old mage to just be like, he was so cool. It was awesome. I could see the forces shape themselves around his body, wrapping him in the fold of power. Everything he touched became charged with mana. Aaron was envious. Did he teach you anything? Yes, much. With his ministrations, I soon regained my strength. He allowed me to stay on as his apprentice in exchange for information about the future world. Of course, he was fascinated by my description of the waste and the story of how it came to be. Is this a time loop? Aaron cut in, proud to share his knowledge. You mean the legend that says it was created by two great mages battling over the love of a woman? That the magic got out of control and destroyed everything for miles around? Annoyed by the interruption, the mage continued. Is that what they teach children these days? It's a lie. The waste was a magical accident, all right, but not over anything as foolish as a woman. It was a battle between good and evil, with Carluta standing as the last bastion against that epitome of wickedness, the mage Mordeus. I've never heard of Mordeus, Aaron confessed. Well, of course you never heard of him. Carluta destroyed him, blasted him into 1,000 pieces, scattered all over the desolate region now called the Waste. Their battle was terrible to behold. Aaron interrupted again. You mean you saw it? The mage snorted. Yes, and if you'll let me finish, I'll tell you. The battle, as I said, was terrible to behold. The mages created two towers of power that wrestled with a sound like thunder, and suddenly Mordeus's power overwhelmed Carluta's, and both it and the mage sank into the earth. Now it was William's turn to interrupt. Wait a minute. Carluta didn't lose. Ah, yes, he did. The first time. When I saw Carluta vanquished, I knew it would only be a matter of seconds before Mordeus annihilated me. There's only one thing I could do. The mage glared at Aaron as if daring him to interrupt. Aaron wisely kept his lips tightly sealed. That was to go back in time to before Carluta's destruction. I winked back a few minutes and flung several of my relatively harmless spells at Mordeus just to see if I could affect the battle's outcome with a diversion. It didn't work. Mordeus was still victorious. So I did it again, and again, and again. Each time I went back, I'd try something a little different, casting a spell either against Morduce or for Carluda. Finally, when I was just about at the end of my strength, I found the trick that worked. Carluda had given me this chain as a gift. Linking one end of it around Carluda's foot, he was preoccupied and didn't notice me. I took half the force from Morduce's next attack. As you can imagine, it nearly killed me. But because Carluda wasn't hit with the full power, he had enough time to blast Morduce with everything he had. Morduce exploded, his remains scattering to encompass the area now known as the Waste. Nothing grows there, not even a weed. Pure evil makes terrible compost. Oh my god. What a yarn. Whoo-wee. Okay, well that was a lot of fun. I think, was that all of the houses? We'll check in a minute. Okay, he's got the Ring of the Ranger on. A large, locked, normal chest with no obvious traps. Let's chance it. No giving up. Oh. Okay, look. That's the first lockpick we've broken in a long time. There we go. First try. Ooh. Okay, so we got some grounding wire. Will that stack with what we have? No, but that means that we can give some of this to Aaron, and we'll save a little bit on that Aura of Insulation spell. Bowstrings. Ooh, that's a stack of 4. We haven't used what we have. I've been, like, hoarding that because it seems really important, but at the same time, we've been in a situation where William has not been using his bow at all because he's been tanking for Aaron, and Aaron has been our ranged artillery. So I'm going to leave that, and the attractor we don't need either because that seems to be just about permanent on these things. It's never worn off yet. Not that I noticed, anyway. So let me make a note. There we go. And yeah, I believe that that's everyone, so we need to go back to the Tavern Keeper. Take a look back around here. Oh, it was a flower. Anything at all? Okay, well, we'll head over to the Henge here in a moment. Alright, what do you got to say? The Tavern Keeper served mugs of thick, dark ale. Ew, should ale be thick? Y'all, is ale thick? Ugh. Ugh, I hate that as an adjective attached to a beverage. Ew, the only thing you drink that should be thick is a milkshake, right? Ew. Ew. Oh god, I'm so glad I don't drink ale. That just sounds gross. So, what did you think of the townsfolk? They're fascinating, Aaron exclaimed. They lead such interesting lives. For a small town, Choth certainly has more than its fair share of accomplished, adventurous people. Ale is the consist of, like, Pepto-Bismol? Ugh. Oh god, that sounds horrible. Ugh. The Tavern Keeper laughed long and loud. You mean Choth has more than its fair share of accomplished liars, boy. Oh, there it is. Yep, today is the Liars' Festival, the one day of the year when our otherwise scrupulously honest population gives in to the natural human urge to prevaricate, embellish, falsify, and otherwise lie through its teeth. William said, that explains a lot. So the whole town went to all that trouble just to make fools out of us? No, you're not the fools. You're the judges. The tradition states that the first strangers to enter Choth during the Liars Festival unknowingly listens to all the stories. Then you decide which liar is the most creative and convincing. Ooh. Ooh, cool. The one you pick becomes emperor or empress for the duration of the festival. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, let's see. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. Either that or we just got really lucky, like wink wink as protagonists. The thief story was really good. The healer story was pretty good too. I'm assuming the captive was the kid on the pirate ship. He had like a pretty cool 12-year-old adventure story, but that's definitely what it was. The mage, that wasn't a bad story, but I liked some of the other ones better. Um, I liked the healer's story, actually. I'm guessing that the hero was the guy who said that he saved the princess. I liked his the least. And then after that, the soldiers is probably my second least favorite. I have to say, yeah, for me, it's probably from bottom to top, it would be the hero is my least favorite, then the captive, then the soldier, then the mage, then the healer, and then the thief was my favorite because that did take an unexpected turn, and I liked the way it was written. It just turned a very sharp corner. Thief or healer, yeah. Oh, okay, so they're going to give us rewards based on which one we pick. Wait a minute. Does this have something to do with when you were talking about the best sword in the game? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, then let's puzzle this out. Setting aside which ones we liked the best. Okay, the hero specifically mentioned Halder's Brew and Malkir's Serum. So I'm going to guess because he talked about how, like, he said the princess said, I know you don't need these potions, because you've been so brave without them. That's probably his reward. The mage, you said, is going to give us a Carluda's Chain. We already have one of those and haven't used it. The healer, it specifically called out that he had herbal powder and sen water. That's great to get for free, but if we can get something better, and that's his reward, then I don't want to do that. So that leaves these three. The thief explicitly talked about and showed us her shadow ring. That's also pretty cool, but we already have multiple shadow rings, so I don't think that it's necessary. Even though hers was definitely my favorite story by quite a significant margin. I feel like we don't need that, and we don't really have anywhere to sell it. So that leaves the captive and the soldier. The soldier would have a sword, and in fact, I think he was described as carrying a sword and shield. The kid was only described as having the treasure map, and nothing else of interest was, like, called out in his narrative. So presumably that would be his prize, is my guess, is he would give us the treasure map. The thing about that is he said X marks the spot, and it was that the ship full of treasure and whatever was sunken off the coast of Aspreza. So we have no way to get there. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, it sounds fake. If he gives us this treasure map, what would we do with it? because he was telling the truth about at least one thing, and that is, assuming that that treasure was real, you would probably have to, like, organize an expedition to go and get it. Because we don't own a boat. So, by process of elimination, if I've got this right, and the game doesn't seem to be, like, I won't say it's hitting us over the head with it, but it's also not deliberately obfuscating, once you know what the gimmick of this whole situation is, what the prizes are. So if I'm reading this correctly, then I should choose the soldier in order to get the cool sword. So, what do y'all think? Should we pick the soldier? Is that what we're going with? Like I said, completely divorced from which story was your favorite. Because I definitely want to know, if you want to say in chat which one you like the best. I definitely want to hear about it, especially if you agree with me that the Thieves was really cool. But do you think that the soldier is the one we should choose? Because prize-wise, that's what I'm thinking. Soldier? Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay. Alright. So I've got it right then. I've got it right. Alright, let's do it then. I did save it, so the worst that happens is, like, I could always load it. Soldier it is. William and Aaron conferred privately for a few minutes. I'm so excited. This is so cool. They conferred privately for a few minutes. Then William said, after giving the matter much consideration, we've decided that the soldier's lie was the most convincing. The tavern keeper clapped his hands. So be it. Let it be known that Randolph the Butcher is the Emperor of Liars. Oh, so he was the town butcher. I wonder what everybody else's true identities are. The crowd in the tavern applauded and cheered. Let it also be known that the liar's prop is to be awarded to these two young gentlemen who so most graciously judged our contest. Okay, so everybody had a special prop, and that's our prize. Okay. Cool. Cool. This is neat. And hey, for anybody who, like, if this was coming as a surprise to you, this is a great Dungeons and Dragons or tabletop role-playing encounter. Just saying. Tuck that away for your next adventure or campaign. That's free. Aaron wrinkled his brow. Liar's prop? Is this a good thing or a bad thing? The tavern keeper explained. During the year before the Liars' Festival, the townsfolk go to great lengths to obtain suitable objects for inspiration and to illustrate their lies. The proper props, you might say. The winner shows his gratitude to the judges by giving them his prop as a keepsake. That's neat. Aaron reflected. If I remember correctly, the soldiers' props were a sword and shield, the tavern keeper concluded, handing the items to William. These should come in handy, William said. I'm certainly glad we happened by when we did. And we'll be back next year, too, Aaron added. Now that I know about this tradition of yours, I wouldn't miss it for all the gold in Berlin. Well, laughed the tavern keeper, start thinking up your whopper now, and perhaps you'll be our Emperor of Liars next time around. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Where's our stuff? Oh no. Did we not have room for it? Oh, I can't talk to him anymore. Did they not? Oh no, there it is. Okay. Shoo. I was like, dude. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and I like that. I see what you're saying. So the clues are there, but they don't confirm what the prop is until after you pick. So you still have to puzzle. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I worried there was a glitch for a second, but that's cool right away because this tower shield is already a good one, and it's at 83%. So this one, there we go. Look at that, 100% protection. My goodness gracious. Let me come over here. I'm going to go use this chest to make it easier to manipulate our inventory. I will simply put this chest in there, or this shield. Oh, well, no, that's fair. That's a key item. Here, I'm going to get them right back out. So let me just do that. And go ahead and use an attractor. There we go. And now, the sword. Ooh boy. Ooh boy. Huh. Yeah, if this is not a magic sword, it almost looks like a crease blade. Like a ritual dagger sort of thing, but like, this is a terrible design for a sword. It almost looks like a cartoon sword made out of floppy rubber, like you poke it against a wall and it's doing the wavy bendy thing. It really looks like a prop sword. But what is its real identity? Let's find out. I'm excited. Ooh, Ever Edge. Aaron thought it was the most unusual sword he'd ever seen. The sinuous blade hardly seemed practical, let alone functional. Yet it sliced through the air with nary a sound, and no amount of abuse seemed to dull its keen edge. Hardness 100? And I'm guessing from that, what that means is that hardness is the percentage of like durability loss or wear and tear that is not applied to an item. So like if this has hardness 30, then that means that only it degrades 30% slower. That was a guess that I made like earlier in the in the series. So if this is 100, then that means 100% of durability loss is not applied. So yeah, you never have to repair it. Oh my goodness. Also, look at these stats. Oh my god. Of course, it's a terrible thrusting sword. But look at that. If you hit, it's like 30 bonus damage. Swing and hack accuracy 35. Swing damage 40. Hack damage 45. Oh my god. And that is compared to, look at this, at 100%, even blessed, we're looking at 28, 23, and then all 23s. Holy goodness gracious. Yeah, this is the first weapon where actually it seems like the best option is to hack, because that's the same accuracy as swing, but it's 45 damage. Oh my gosh. And it's not blessed, which means I'm guessing if we can bless it, all of those stats will go up even more. Hoo-wee. Ooh. 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 And we can sell this one. Oh my gosh. I'm going to put that in there for safekeeping. We're going to save so much on whetstones because we can carry fewer of them as well, because none of Aaron's weapons require them. So if Everedge doesn't have to be sharpened, then Kaylin is the only person with a weapon that will have to be repaired. So we can carry like one stack of whetstones and it'll last us forever instead of carrying multiple whetstones. It does look ridiculous. It does look ridiculous. Yeah, man. New armor as well. Is that what you wanted to see? Man, yeah, we do need to get some armor. I am still, I'm waiting. I don't want to buy that Montari plate just yet because he has a new shield too, and so like things have been going well. But eventually we will, and we'll get that blessed also. Yeah, it looks nice, right? I love that. Could never have imagined this back at the beginning of the game. Yeah, that plate armor looks so beautiful. And man, I kind of want to buy an Onyx Blade for Kaylin too. One of you gave me the advice that I should buy an extra suit of plate armor and go ahead and get it blessed at the Temple of Core for Kaylin, so she would have it when she rejoined the party. And we will try and do that. Should I also buy her an Onyx Blade at some point and hang on to it, you think? Probably. If so, like, we'll come back to that, obviously. I'm not going to do it right now because we're not going to replace Everedge. Everedge has better stats. And honestly, so don't tell William, but I think maybe when Kaylin gets back in the party, I'm probably going to give Everedge to her because she's so much faster than he is. So even though, while they have been apart, her melee skill has not increased the same as him, so he's going to be a better swordsman going back in, and she's going to be a much better archer because her archery's gone up while like Rawl has been tanking for her. But that melee skill, if we give her Everedge, is going to go way up really fast because she's going to run into combat and just hack the shit out of everybody. So the fact that she gets like 4 turns to every William's like 1 turn, probably Everedge is going to go to her and he's going to get the blessed Onyx Blade. Well, y'all, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. I am really glad that we came here first. So thank you for pointing it out. And are we researching a spell? Yes. Okay, we're almost done. Dang. Oh, yeah, you're right. Let's see what they say, if they say anything else. The boy sat on the front step, his nose buried in a book. So, you made all that up about being captured by pirates? Aaron asked. That's quite an imagination you've got. Yeah, I guess. I read a lot. I copied the map out of a big book on pirates that my mom bought from a traveling tinker. Aaron was disappointed. So, you mean the map isn't real? Huh. I don't know. I guess it could be. Lots of other stuff in the book seems to be true. William sat down beside the boy. Do you actually want to go looking for treasure someday? Oh, sure. Only I have to wait until Mom says I'm old enough. Right now, she won't even let me go past the neighbor's yard. I don't mind, though. They've got a big dog that barks. He scares me. Aww. Aww. Okay. There was now a sign over the front door. Miles Canaster, Apothecary. The bell tinkled as they entered. Miles stepped up from behind the counter, adjusting the spectacles perched on his nose. Yes, may I help you? Oh, it's our honored judges. How nice of you to stop by again. As travelers, you must be hard on your feet. Can I tempt you into purchasing some items you might find useful? Such as? William asked. I've got bunion plaster, mole skin, blister ointment, heel lotion, toe jam removal kits, corn oil, boot discs, and shoe flies. I think we're good for now. But goodbye and good luck at next year's festival. Oh, I'm already working on a pip of a fib. Say, you wouldn't happen to know where I might find a firewolf skeleton, would you? You know, actually, I do. I don't have one in my inventory to just give you, but I actually can point you the right way. Here's the butcher. The butcher now wore a white apron streaked with blood. Want to buy some of my meat pies? I make them from scratch on a daily basis. Only use the highest quality mutton, the freshest vegetables, and this year's wheat flour in the crust. I can copy out the recipe for you if you'd like. My mother gave it to me. Of course, her meat pies always turn out better than mine, but I keep trying. Just the other day, she said to me, "Son, you know the reason your crusts get soggy? Well, it's because..." William and Aaron interrupted, politely excusing themselves from the rest of the cooking lesson. Okay. What's this guy? Walter opened the door. Oh, hello. Welcome back to my home. Won't you come in? The party entered. Aaron saw a framed document on the wall that he didn't notice before. What's this, Walter? Hey, it's got the Imperial seal on it, and the Emperor's signature. William, come check this out. What? William examined the parchment carefully. It does appear to be authentic. Notice the watermark? William read, "The Emperor's citation awarded this day to Walter Smith for his heroic acts of bravery on behalf of the Imperial family." Walter, I'm stunned. Walter was bewildered. You mean you didn't believe me? But I told you exactly what happened. William stuttered. But what about the Liars Festival? Everyone else told us much more believable stories than yours. Walter shrugged. Oh, the festival. I never entered that. I'm too shy. Aaron laughed. Well, you know what they say about truth being stranger than fiction. What? Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. We stand Walter, I guess. I wonder what would have happened if we would have chosen him. Like, would we just get nothing because, like, would we not get the potions because he was telling the truth? Or oh, he said he didn't enter the festival. I wonder if the tavern keeper would just tell us, like, what are you talking about? Walter's not lying. You can't pick him. That would be an interesting way to find out that he's telling the truth. Or maybe he would be honored that we liked his story so that he would give us the Halder's Brew or whatever. Okay, good work, Walter. The mage stood in his front yard, surrounded by a circle of laughing children. Aaron and William watched as one child picked a card from an oversized deck. The little girl showed the card to the children, then slipped it back into the deck. The mage waved for silence. And now, boys and girls, boys and girls, I, the great GOTY Betrayal, will shuffle the cards. With a flourish, the mage threw the deck into the air. The giant cards flew around his head like crazed sparrows, then floated gently to earth, each one stacking neatly on top of the reforming deck. The children burst into shouts and cheers. Aaron was disillusioned. The great GOTY Betrayal entertains at children's parties? William patted his friend's shoulder. Apparently so. I also suspect that, like the rest of us, his time travel is limited to 60 minutes an hour in the forward direction. That's cool. I mean, so obviously he was doing real magic because of the way they described the cards flying around. So he is a mage. He's just not an all-powerful chronomancer. That's still cool. Okay, let's see who our friend the thief really is. The thin woman introduced herself as Beatrice. Won't you come in and have some ginger root tea? William swallowed. Well, I'd rather have some more of that wine if it's not too much trouble. Oh no, I only drink wine during the festival. If I have it every day, it muddles my thinking. I'm a numismatist. I need all my concentration when I'm arranging my coin collections. What? Aaron was relieved. I'm glad you didn't really cut your friend open. You seem like much too nice a woman to have that on your conscience. Beatrice laughed. I probably am, but that doesn't mean I haven't thought about it. I can also imagine how exciting it would be to steal my coins, rather than wasting my breath trying to wheedle the best deals out of sour old merchants in the marketplace. Oh my god, she's just a coin collector. That's amazing. Oh, and that's how she came up with her lie. That's really good. That's really good. Ah, love it. This is very good. This is very good. Okay, now what are these guys doing? Are these actually enemies? They don't look like it. These are the kinds of paper dolls that look like someone to talk to.
Stop where you are. What do you want?
Just passing through.
Not this way, you're not. Take another path.
Oh. Oh, I see, you're right. I can see, like, over there. I thought this was, you know, like I said, some sort of circle of monoliths or something. So these are like... They kind of look like the mercenaries that we've been fighting. And those are their tents. But the tents are... stupid? That's really...
I thought I told you to go around. I won't tell you again.
Okay, I'm gonna back off so that they don't, like, turn out to be a boss fight or something. Simply because we don't know what we're supposed to do here yet. And I don't want to ruin it in case we need to come back. Because the fact he won't talk to us, and he's not giving us a chance to, like, pop open our inventory and conversation means we need to do something else. This is like a quest. But look at this. Why did the devs think that this was what a tent looked like? Yeah, that's... I mean, the cube is a very powerful shape, but perhaps not, like, the best shape in camping. Okay, well, that was a blast. That was a blast, and it was definitely worth the time that we spent on it, which is a good thing because that was almost, like, the whole stream. Oh. See, they look like these mercenaries. Look at this. I mean, to be fair, yes. I am sure that that had something to do with it. Nevertheless, I am racked by the question of why could they not make a triangle? And I feel like even in 640 by 480 and 256 colors, they could have made a triangle. I very strongly feel that that's likely. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I just realized. Hey. Oh, screw you. Oof. Big oof. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wait, okay, so we're on swing. We need to change to hack with Ever Edge. Oh my. Yeah, those campers are intense. He has 2 health left. I may have to use some Sen water, maybe? I feel like probably all of it. Yeah. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Okay, go over here. Oh no. Phew. Swing and a miss. Thank goodness, too. Okay. William, you take this guy down. Oh man, over 100. We've got to get an armor light spell on our boy here. Big yikes. Okay, now shoot at him. Let's see. I'm just gonna rest and get some more stamina back because we don't have any more send water on him. Okay, I'm not just chasing that guy down to kill him. He also is one of the archers, so he needs to go down because he could move and shoot. Alright, let's rest again. Dang! Bruh! These archers are beasts! That is, rough. That is very rough. Okay, go get him. And, you come over here. No, don't follow him. That's terrible. Don't do that. Take out that archer. Okay, good. The archer at least had less hit points than that other guy. So, William, you run over here. He's gonna chase you and not hit you. That guy looks like he's leaving, maybe. Yep, he ran for it. Okay, I'm gonna let him go. He's running for it too. Alright, if he's gonna run for it, then let's see if we can take him down. There we go, because we can rest immediately, and we're gonna have to anyway, it's dark. Okay, let me... Phew-wee, let's do that. Dang, that landed right where I wanted it to. Aaron, you good? You good, bud? He's learning so many skills. Ooh. Fish. Rations. Floor cash. And plenty of... Oh, that's why they were dealing so much damage. Look at this. This guy has an iced broadsword, and they dropped flaming arrows. Ooh, so no wonder. You've got flaming arrows already. But you're not using them. Between that and these Ridgewood bows... Dang, bruh. Okay, real quick, let me mark this. And let me mark this. I love how the default description is just, this is something interesting. Like, well, yeah, it is. There we go. Okay, and yeah, I don't have to sharpen that. Wow. Loving that. And just 3 more points until his melee is maxed out, and then we'll be able to untick that and put it on something else, like maybe lockpicking? Because that's at 71. What went up for you? Damage went up. Magic, Cold, Cause, and Charm. I'm excited about this one because I want to see what it unlocks. Okay, and it looks like we learned the Venom Spell, too. Alright, well. Well. What an adventure we have already had. Okay, should we keep going south and go round to Bakriel? And, that's a good question, actually. Let me check. Yes, his spellcasting is maxed. I have been somewhat loath to untick this because I don't know how unticking that will affect all of these, even though this has a separate skill screen and separate boxes. It's probably fine. I just don't know for sure. Stealth, on the other hand... Oh, no, that's because of the Shadow Ring or whatever. Yeah, because that's 82 of 62. So that does, for a second, I was like, oh shoot, I should untick that. But, yeah, I mean, I could put it on assessment or scouting, maybe. Perhaps. I'm gonna do that. Let's put it on... Well, we could just leave it off and everything else would go up faster, wouldn't it? Because we haven't been using a lot of assessment. And then scouting is useless for him because Kalen and William both have a much higher value. So he really doesn't... It's not going to do him much good. Same with repair. He's just too far behind at this point for us to focus on those skills. So I will untick spellcasting and let these 4 level up quicker. And we will see what happens. Man. Speaking of what happens, what happens next? Do y'all want to go on to the south and east around this long road down here towards Bakriel? Or should we loop back around and go to Ganoth and Navby and then go to Bakriel that way and we can loop around that direction? Do you think? There are advantages and disadvantages to both. This is probably going to be... There's going to be like treasure chests and enemy encounters along this way, but there is nowhere to go to an inn or anything for a long ways. I really want to see what's in Bakriel because, see, there's Briala. That's the town we couldn't go to before because this road was blocked. So... You think so? Just keep going along the south? Okay. Alright, well then. If that's the case... Alright. Then let's keep heading that way. I see some swamp down there. I want to see exactly what we're going to be dealing with. Because the swamp means... Oh, there we go. See, the swamp means lightning bugs. But then we've also been finding, like, the mercenaries and stuff. I kind of want to be careful over here because the swamp, every time I bump into it, like, we bounce around and I'm worried about glitching down through the ground. Okay. Let's use some grounding wire. And let's see, we have a new spell, folks. There it is, Venom. Okay, well, this is a letdown, but at the same time, it's also... This is a case of I had no expectations and was still let down. This is exactly what I thought it was probably going to be. It has 1 charge level for 7 stamina, target an adjacent enemy, and it poisons them. Now, if the poison damage over time is the same as Earthend, this is useless. This is a waste of a cast. And a waste of a turn. On the other hand, if maybe the damage over time is based on, say, your poison magic skill and scales upward with it, that could get really good really fast. So I'm interested to see what it's actually going to do, what it's going to turn out to be. Let's boost our ice magic a little bit more, though. That's what I want to do. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Actually, do you know what? We haven't been using a Brita's conduit. There we go. Nice. Oh, thank goodness, because his turn hasn't come yet, so I'm like, oh no. Okay, now, there we go. $76 damage. Oh my god. Alright, Aaron. Killing blow. Oh my god, that 76 damage. That is something else. Look at that. It's consistent too. That's not like a critical hit. That's just hack damage now. We still can't take these things out in 2 shots though. That grounding wire makes a huge difference. It's not the same as the aura of insulation, where it just negates the damage, like armor light style. But 3 and 4 damage is extremely tolerable. Boom, look at that. Man alive. Can he get there? Yes, good. I didn't think he'd be able to get over there in one go. And we know Aaron can. You're cornered now, Bugs. There's so many bugs in this game, it's like it was made by Bethesda. Ooh, you know what? You're right. You're right. That's without the adrenaline spell on. So imagine if we put adrenaline on and increase his strength by like 30 points. Holy hell. Man, we do that in a battle and he's going to wallop the shit out of like whatever it is that he hits. Ooh, yes. Plus like the fire oil or the frost ring or whatever and some Halder's brew. Man, so if we get into a really tough fight with a big enemy, like if we ever have to slay a dragon or something, we know what to do. Man, I'm glad y'all had me on the lookout for that sword, and it was really fun getting it too, and it feels super rewarding because I'm already seeing a huge difference. Okay, we got some more mercenaries here. Oh boy, if they're archers or anything like last time, then armor light is the way to go, which means I need to come over here and camp first so that I have maximum stamina. Yeah, because Aaron doesn't have any send water. Can we give him some? Oh, we've only got 15 left. Big oof. I kind of feel like Aaron needs to carry it in that case. Dang. Well. Ooh, range is almost maxed out. I love when his magic goes up without it even being a marked skill. That's very good. See, look, self and ally has hit 80. Electricity is at 81, of course, because of bonuses and things like that. 91 with the staff. One more point in range, one more point in light, and those will be maxed out too. Resist is at 80, which is great. I think maybe when movement hits 80, that's going to be the next ticked skill to go up. I think I might put that in strength, because so far, now that I'm assuming we now know all the different types of magic. So I want to concentrate on buffs because we have some really solid damage spells and we have some decent debuffs and field control as well. I want more spells like Adrenaline and Armor Light because they have been game changers along with Aura of Insulation and so forth. So, yeah, I am going to go ahead and put these mercenaries down. And I am going to bid y'all adieu as I do so, because that was a great adventure over there in Choth. That is one of my favorite parts of the game so far. I'm glad y'all were here to help me out with it, and I'm glad that you were here to share it. This has been a great 31st episode, a great way to celebrate Antara becoming my longest Let's Play series to date, and I appreciate the assistance along the way. Yeah, that really was, that was a blast. That was a blast. I hope that there is more of that on the way. I really do. Antara continues to surprise and please me again and again and again with its writing, with its creativity, with the lore in the setting. It really is just, it's a good game. It's a good game, and I'm really enjoying it. So I hope that you're enjoying it enough to follow and subscribe here on Twitch if you haven't already. Hop over to YouTube and do the same thing, where you can find all 30 plus episodes of this Let's Play, including this one, as soon as I get it uploaded, probably sometime tomorrow. And don't forget to come back on Mondays and Thursdays for other games as well. And you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Pillow Fort for more information about all of those. I will catch y'all next time. And until then, as always, thanks for playing.